What's up, you sexy buffaloes? It's your boy LJ. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's topic, I'm going to be talking about whether you should pivot on the lead foot or not, part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, feel free to check that out with 7 different variations of the lead hook. And if you've already seen that video and you're ready for part 2, brace yourselves, because today I'm going to be focusing on an open-minded topic on the pros and cons of whether you should pivot on the lead foot or not. Again, you're more than welcome to comment your opinion down, have an open-minded conversation, but no hate, because this is just an open-minded analysis. So let me kickstart the first opinion on pivoting on the lead hook. For me, it might be a good training tool to teach beginners who might be uncoordinated and they might have 2 left feet. I'm only saying this because when you first start boxing, the majority of people tend to throw from the upper body, aka just their arms, and they fully forget the basic rotational mechanics that you need to do from the lower half all the way to the top half of the body. So kickstarting their journey in teaching them a step-by-step guide how to rotate each punch might be a good training tool to teach them the basic fundamentals of rotational power. On that topic, on rotational power, my next opinion on when it might be acceptable to pivot on the lead hook is when you're going for your knockout power shots on your opponent. And this only works when you've psychologically and physically dominated your opponent in the ring and you know that you're going to knock them out indefinitely. Only when you've got 1 in the chamber or 2 combo max. 1 in the chamber is when you might sit the opponent and you're going to dedicate your whole entire body weight into that punch, or a setup punch, again, when you're able to dedicate your whole entire body weight into that 1 punch knockout. Now let me speak upon the cons of pivoting on the lead hook. Again, for beginners starting off their boxing journey, it's not their fault, but because of their lack of experience, they get confused with exaggerating the pivots, and that becomes difficult to retract their punches or follow through the next connecting punch. Long story short, you start to sacrifice your balance for speed. Your anchor point becomes absolutely useless. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're in the bag or even in the ring, you've set up your amazing punch, and even if the bag moves, aka your opponent, if you commit your whole entire body and for some reason it doesn't go to plan and you miss that punch, there is no plan B after that. You are about to get countered, and that is something that you do not want. And again, even if you don't end up being in the ring, it will look kind of embarrassing if you're missing the target completely, even if it's the bag or the pads. So please make sure you focus on that anchor point. I'm going to show you an example what I mean by this. So in this example, I am throwing a combination of a 1-2-3-2, aka the jab, cross, hook, cross. I'm pivoting on the lead hook for my number 3. And what I'm trying to do here, even though I'm not missing the target, I'm still trying my best to be as fast as possible. But because there's no anchor point on both my feet, it's kind of hard to do so. Now remember, if I miss the target completely with that lead hook, there's no way I'm going to retract my hand for the next connecting punch or even maneuver my head because I've overcommitted with that lead hook. Now in this example, it's still the same combination, but the only difference is I'm not pivoting on the lead foot. I'm using the lead foot as an anchor point, and I can already feel a considerable change in terms of balance and speed all in one. Even if I did miss any of my punches, I've got that anchor point to either step back or step to the side and change direction immediately. If I was to lose both my anchor points like I did before, if I missed, again, I can't stress this enough, I will fully get caught with a counter, or I'll even worse, make myself look silly by totally losing both my footing and maybe even tripping over. So keep that in mind when it comes down to the lead hook pivot. And to close off today's topic, I personally do not like to pivot on the lead hook. I feel like it sacrifices too much and there's so little to gain from it. Well, the only gainful thing from it is the destructive power, but it sacrifices too much balance, too much speed, and it's just not worth it, especially in a real life sparring situation or even when you're learning how to box in the first get-go. So once again, I'm trying to play both sides. is my own personal preference. I want to see what you guys think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you want more videos and if you found this video helpful.